Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another edition of Dragon Sports Live. I'm Dante Payne, your host for the evening, as it's about to go down. Playoffs race is really close. It all depends on win, loss, or just chill. But it all depends on the win or loss of today's games. It does. And we got football players with broken ribs, some missed weeks, some expected back. I let you know all in Dragon Sports Live. Ben Simmons not reporting to training camp, and more. But we gonna start off right. We always support artists. Independent, unsigned artists. We always support artists by playing their music. So everything that's happening with the Sixers is a beautiful nightmare. And I'll tell you more information about that. But before I do that, we're going to play Ace Marcellus' Beautiful Nightmare here on Dragon Sports Live. Check it out, y'all.
What the fuck you doing, man? I got stays on me, bitch. I don't need you.
Sit on rolling, that's a beautiful nightmare. All this drip behind me, watch your girl, cause she might stare. Took a half an hour, Papa's in it to get there. Sit on rolling, that's a beautiful nightmare. Sit on rolling, that's a beautiful nightmare. All this drip behind me, watch your girl, cause she might stare. Took a half an hour, Papa's in it to get there. Sit on rolling, that's a beautiful nightmare.
See, I'm rolling, smoking, seeing new light, yes. Hair no more business, yeah, I see it look different. Shorty popping Zannies and she a little twisted. Tearing at my heart, yeah, a couple incisions. Illusions kinda often when she catch me drifting. Exit my phone like, what is you sipping? Sapphire gin, cause I'm trying to get lifted. Rolling, gas, smell like piss, yeah. Freddie in her dreams, all in her guts, yeah. Herb in my cup, Kobe fourth quarter clutch, yeah. Why she in the lines all on her clutch, man? Whispering her ears, now she rolling up Dutchess, yeah. Rolling up Dutchess, yeah. Rolling up Dutchess, yeah.
Bring the pole where I be going, I be rolling while I'm rolling up. Baddest hoes, they roll with us. All them got their noses up. I don't think they know this show whenever we be showing up. Colder than a shoulder, bruh. Shining so you know it's us. The man since a day old. I beat it till it KO. The shit and I'm a A-no. My D inside her A-hole. Pleasure and it's painful. I put her in a chokehold. She on me and she psycho. Her piece snub your Rengekyo. Pressure on the game and I ain't even try. Collapse in love with me, triple X collage. Camel toe, it's only for me, to you it's camouflage. Dropping, dripping all over me, she like a tsunami. Dower her every night, then rising to the morning, touring. Pedal to the floor, thing soaring. Mouse power, me the malfunctioning. And I'm rolling, that's a beautiful nightmare. All this drippy happening, watch your girl, cause she might stare. Took a half an hour, Papa Zanny to get there. Now rolling, that's a beautiful nightmare. Rolling, that's a beautiful nightmare. All this drip behind me, watch your girl, cause she might stare. Took a half an hour, Papa Zanny to get there. Now rolling, that's a beautiful nightmare.
50 for Isaiah 54:17. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. I say it every day.
I don't wanna settle for a nigga like J did B, cause he couldn't have a Leah. I don't wanna settle for a home so far that my kids' friends never get to see it. I don't wanna settle for a car that I never even drive, cause it only seats two. I don't wanna settle for a life that'll worry myself just to worry about you. I don't wanna settle for a nigga like J did B, cause he couldn't have a Leah. I don't wanna settle for a home so far that my kids' friends never get to see it. I don't wanna settle for a car that I never even drive cause it only sees two. I don't wanna settle for a life that I worry myself just to worry about you.
Oh yeah, you did it. Oh yeah, you did it, babe. Ain't no time left, we spin it, babe. Tell me how I'm supposed to work with that. You don't know the love you thought you
I feel betrayed. I feel betrayed. I feel betrayed. I feel betrayed. What you think? I feel betrayed. In 2016, it was hard to be kept. So in 2017, yeah, I'm trying to help someone else. Don't you hate coming home? Coming home to yourself. That's the way it's supposed to be. Yeah, cause you don't need no one else. Let me get my shit. I have decided to divide myself from everybody. At least I try, but they should know I'm not just anybody. When times get hard, I don't complain, I just go stress in private. It could be days, it could be weeks until I see somebody. No matter what I do, I always come right back to this. I guess I'm hard-headed cause I don't ever learn from it. It could be deadly to my life, I still go back to it. Guess I'm addicted to your love as if I need that shit. I feel betrayed. I feel betrayed. I feel betrayed. I feel betrayed. What you think? I feel betrayed.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of Dragon Sports Live. If you just tuning in, that last song that you just heard was Betrayed by Loretta Morris. So be sure to check her out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and iHeartRadio. I'm going to say this once. I am not responsible for any copyright infringement, not intended for copyright infringement. I thought I'd say that now because sometimes I get blocked on some of these videos and sometimes they take out important information, but I am not blocked on that. So let's get it cracking with baseball because like I said, that nightmare is who's going to make the final two wild card spots, especially in the AL because that race is close as hell. It's super close. Like I said before, it depends on who wins that game. So, if we looking at the standings right now, we already got Tampa Bay. Yeah, we already got Tampa Bay winning. They already clinched their berth. Well, also, I think they got home field advantage. And they got the best record in the league. So, Tampa Bay with 100 wins, 61 losses. Then you got Boston, New York, and Toronto. All need to win games to win. Basically to get in for that wild card. You know, and this all in the AL. Central, you got Chicago White Sox already clinched theirs. And Houston clinched too. Trying to find their way in is also Mariners part of that. You know, Boston, New York, Toronto. Because we already got Milwaukee and St. Louis in already. And, you know, our poor Cubs, they're out this year. Oh, sad day. So let's see what happens in offseason with them. Whether they're going to overhaul, get some more players. But, you know. But in the West, we got San Francisco and the Dodgers both clinch. Everybody else eliminated. So it's happening. But like I said, it's really happening. But this wild card thing is really wild. Because like I said, you got Boston, New York, Seattle, Blue Jays. All bound for this wild card spot. So, let's get it. But I do got some other news that's happening in baseball. So, like I said, Dodgers had got a victory. Rays got win to keep Dodgers alive in the West race. But Rays low had 3 home runs, 7 RBIs in the rout of Yankees. So, Yankees lost today. Dodgers may also lose Kershaw, former. He was placed on the 10-day IL. Elbow soreness and all that. Well, forearm soreness. So, I'll just say, that's all I'm going to say. Now, as far as this wild card, more on that. Yankees just need a game to clinch that wild card. And everybody has to lose. So, Rockies also remove intern they removed interim attack from GM role from Bill Smith. So now he's DGM. They permanent GM. He was doing interim role since he held that position since May. So now he's permanent. So that's good. That's real good for him. Congratulations on that. But we also had other players leave games with injuries. Nolan, he left a game with back tightness. Cars had won 11 in a row, which is their longest since 2001. Like, they was on an 11-game win streak. And let me see. Let me make sure they were still on the win streak. Yeah, they was basically 8-2, but they was on the 11-game win streak. That's what put them into giving them the wild card, clinching them into the wild card because they was on that 11-game home span. So, congratulations on that. Drop the money to you. So, yeah, they clinch. Braves, Adam Duvall, home run sweep, but Braves sweep Phillies to seal 4th straight NL East title. And then the Astros also get 4 titles, their 4th title in 5 years. Reds manager David Bell gets a 2-year extension. He deserves it. Look at what the team has done this year. And then Indians get pitcher Shane Bieber back in rotation. Welcome back, Shane. And also, Dodgers also got Aj Pollock from IL. Giants first baseman Brandon Belt on IL with left thumb injury. And then Brewers right-hand pitcher Devin Williams will miss postseason after punching the wall. He was celebrating, got a little drunk, and then punched the wall. And it happened to be his pitching hand. So, he will be out. He will miss the season because he had a broken hand. Even though y'all just made it to the postseason. So, sometimes, and this is the one reason why I don't drink. Stuff like that. This is the reason why I don't drink. Because of stuff like that. The exact reason why I don't drink. Sometimes people do stupid things when they're drunk. Either he was frustrated about something or what, but This is why you don't drink. Who you remind me of? Marcus Smart broke his hand punching the wall. So, hey, it is what it is, but just chill your team on from the sidelines. That's all right. That's all I got to say. Blue Jays second baseman Marcus Semien, he sets record for home run for a primary position that hasn't been done since 1973. Davey Johnson with the Atlanta Braves. And then the Marlins end up losing 2 rookies to injuries. 1 in the first and 1 in the fourth. But that's what's going on right now with baseball. We do have a couple games that's happening today. It's the final games. And like I said, it's a must-win. So we got the Detroit Tigers versus Chicago White Sox. That game doesn't really matter because Detroit's already eliminated. White Sox in. Chicago Cubs versus St. Louis. Again, another game that doesn't really matter. It's the Boston-Washington game that matters. Cincinnati-Pittsburgh, that game doesn't matter. Cleveland-Texans, that game doesn't matter. And then San Francisco-San Diego, that game doesn't matter. But Tampa Bay-New York Yankees, that game matters. Blue Jays and Orioles, that game matters. Los Angeles, Seattle, that game matters. Those are games that matter. So, be sure to check out all those games that matter. Especially for this wild card spot. Be sure to check that out. Because I'm definitely going to check it out. I am definitely going to be watching. Well, I'm not going to be watching, my bad. I'm going to be at work. So, I'll check out the stats. I'll look at it. And I'll give you that news and let you know what happened next time I do Dragon Sports Live. But be sure, y'all can catch Dragon Sports Live on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, or whatever you get your podcasts. That's right, whatever you get your podcasts. Be sure to check it out. But with that note, we gonna head back into our music session. We got Black Sam, a young gentleman, coming up, and this song is called Bleach. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. It's Kiara, Please. And then Bleach, coming up on Dragon Sports Live. So be sure to check it out. Yeah.
I think I got a little sweet tooth for you. Yeah, my favorite color red, but your pink look flawless. I think I like you more than fries and starry skies. I've tried to get you off my mind a million times. We immortal, yeah, but I can't wait no more, no. Waiting for you, yeah, but you taking too long, though. I just wanna be closer, forget about closure, cause when I do, yeah, we've got an obvious secret, and I know we can't keep it.
I got it for cheap. Now all these niggas think I had a stain like bleach. 7 a.m. on the beach, studying flows. The ocean got hella to teach. I put a 6 on my beat. All of these fingers getting numb from pinching my cheeks. I haven't slept in a week. I just been covered in blues. I feel like Mystique. I gave my jewel on my jella. He gave me a skeleton. I had to bust on the bones. Got 30 lucid the movies. The money was calling. I forgot to silence my phone. Got an invite to a show out in Paris. A nigga just downloaded Rosetta Stone. All I wrote down on my ride croissants. If they can't provide them, I'll leave it alone. Meeting with Sony, I post on the gram. And a whole lot of rappers that digging my grandma. Charging them $200 a stanza. They pay out of pocket like Vic in Atlanta. Money been jumping, it's too much to handle. I call my accountant, we working in tandem. Used to get Metcalf for summer, last week I made double that. School cannot hold a candle. I'm up in Momotar with a shorty. I keep a Virgil on me like a 40. Couple of Cubans on me, they imported. They got my net froze, rigor mortis. I hit the breaststroke in the bins. Swimming through South Beach with the fins. I just been going crazy with the pen, cause I don't get shit off of spins. YSL got it for cheap. Now all these niggas think I had a stain like bleach. 7 a.m. on the beach, studying flows. The ocean got hella to teach. I put a 6 on my beat. All of these fingers get numb from pinching my cheeks. I haven't slept in a week. I just been covered in blues. I feel like Mystique. Shorty, she down for whatever. I keep my flow under the weather. I'm cold when they come with the pressure, but diamonds all over the bezel. I can't even count them, too many to measure. Steering wheel light as a feathers, matching the shade of interior leather. Feeling more patient than ever. Taking my time, enjoying the ride. I get there whenever. I'm in the booth when niggas are sleeping. Nike Tech hoodie, I'm reaping. Hellcat usually sound like a demon. Gave it a 4G's, not a bit creeping. I got 10 toes in the cement. I got 10 fingers on throat. The game in the choke. They hotbox the lab. They burning the oak. They took me to space. I don't even smoke. I hop in the Uber. I smell like a roach. Praying the shit'll come out of my clothes. Normally I wouldn't really be tweaking, but I spend a rack and a half on the coat. The berries burr. I rarely defer. Call Harry for fur. No pun intended. I pick up a pen and the VVs are looking like ice in a blender. The quality splendid. YSL got it for cheap. Now all these niggas think I had a stain like bleach. 7 a.m. on the beach, studying flows. The ocean got hella to teach. I put a 6 on my beat. All of these fingers get numb from pinching my cheeks. I haven't slept in a week. I just been covered in blues. I feel like Mystique.
Welcome back to another edition of Dragon Sports Live. Ooh. Had a little bit of feedback just then. Whew, feedback spike. But welcome back. If you just tuning in, I am Dante Payne, and you are listening to Dragon Sports Live. That last song that you just heard was Bleach, depending on if you came in at the tail end of it or right at the beginning of it. But that's the song that you just heard. That was Bleach by Black Sam. So be sure to check them out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. So, we going into NFL this week. We got some great games coming up. So, the 1-2 Bears will take on the 0-3 Lions, and Justin Fields will be making his second start against the 0-3 Lions. And that situation is, we keep hearing Nagy saying, like, oh, we don't know who the quarterback, all three quarterbacks are in consideration. But then y'all turn around and say that Nick Foles is not in consideration. So it's really just dependent on Andy Dalton and Justin Fields. But here's my thing. Why wait till the day, like a day before, 2 days before you play just to announce the starter? Why? Or wait till they have to play? Like, if Fields was put in a horrible situation last week, that offensive line sucks. Ain't no way. He's a rookie quarterback, and he got sacked 9 times in that game. Knocked down 16. So I'm like, okay. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. So, hey. And let's see how, Justin Fields' hands holding up. Because he was, yeah, he was banged up too. He injured his thumb. So, that's Aaron Rodgers is this done. He threw like a bunch of touchdowns afterwards, so I ain't gonna knock the thumb injury, depending on how your tolerance for pain is. Le'Veon Bell got promoted from practice squad to live squad, so we will see him in the backfield Sunday. And let's see how it goes. Now Le'Veon, he's 29, but he joins Latavius Murray, Devontae Freeman, and who all reached the Pro Bowl at some point between 2014 to 2017. But this also marks Bell's first game since he played in Kansas City AFC Division playoff win last season. So, welcome. But let's see how you fare up. Like, maybe that also gives you a good pass catching running back to catch passes out the backfield. So I'm down to see what happens with that. I'm down to see him play. Like I said, he's only 29. So I'm down to see him in the lineup. But we got others that's going to be out the lineup this Sunday. So Tua, he likely won't return to October 17th versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, I did mention the Ravens. Jackson is expected to play despite having back soreness, but he's suspected to play. He may not be running around like he used to, but he's expected to play. Kittle is going to play despite injuring his calf. And then Gronk, he would miss weeks with fractured ribs. So we'll see how his healing process goes, but he has fractured ribs as well, so he's out this Sunday. Vikings running back Dalvin Cook is expected to play. He's expected to play this Sunday. So we'll see, what happens from there. And then Tom Brady only needs 68 yards to pass Drew Brees on the all-time passing yardage list. Only 68 yards. So if Brady sets that record, Patriots to pause but not stop the game. They're going to pause and acknowledge that moment because he's going to do it against his former team of 20 years. Sad day and sad for me because I'm a Patriots fan and I really don't want to see them. Hopefully my scary defense of the Patriots come out and they give the Buccaneers a run for their money. But like I said, I'm scared. So yeah, I'm scared. Saints, on the other hand, giving Marshon Lattimore a 5-year deal that's worth $97 million. Wentz had sprained both his ankles, but he seems to be good. Matter of fact, let me pull up the injury report and see if he's going to be playing this Sunday. So that's what I want to see. That's what I want to know. I'm pretty sure you want to know too, right? And if you guys are listening to this, be sure to check out Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or wherever you get your podcasts. Type in Dragon Sports Live, and you shall find me. You can also check it out on YouTube at DONPE1. Again, that's DONPE1. So, be sure to check that out. Yes. Yeah, so Wentz still has, like, he still has his right ankle still giving him a problem. And playing with 2 sprains last week with Tennessee, Brett Hundley will remain second on the depth chart, while second-year quarterback Jacob Eason will be the number 3 slot. So we shall see. He's playing this Sunday against Jacoby Brissett, who's also a former Patriot. And we shall see how he holds up. Colts are 0-3 going this game and 0-1 away, so let's see. And I'm curious, like, yeah, he's playing on, like, playing with sprains is not fun. Like, if you can tolerate it, or if you can put weight on it and move around, you're limited. Like, your movement is slightly limited. So, and that's what the problem lies, like, because your movement is limited. You can't really turn a certain way. You can't really go. Like, I had a sprained ankle, and I had to wrestle, run, and play soccer. Running and soccer was the most excruciating pain. Because I didn't want to re-sprain or make it worse, and I was just timid. So, that's the worst. So, hey, it is what it is. Giants lose left guard Shane Lattimore. His season is done. Richard Sherman is signing a 1-year deal with the Buccaneers. So we will see Richard Sherman in uniform this weekend against the Patriots. And speaking also for the Patriots, James White is done for the season. He had hip surgery, so his season is done. And then famous running back for the Philadelphia Eagles, LaShawn McCoy, is officially announced retirement, and he's going to retire as an Eagle. Now, the Jaguars, they fall. And that was a good game, though. Not going to be stunned. Jags versus Cincinnati was actually a pretty good game. First year versus second year. But Jags fall to 0-4, and they lose DJ Charkin with a broken ankle, and AJ Cann with a knee injury. All in that same game against Cincinnati, which came down to the wire, which came down to a field goal, 21-24. So, those games all happen. The games that we got coming up for Sunday, we got the Chicago Bears versus the Detroit Lions, with Fields getting his start. New England versus Tampa Bay. Atlanta versus Washington. And Buffalo versus Houston. Carolina versus Dallas. And then the Colts versus Miami. Colts versus Vikings. New York Giants versus the Saints with the red hot Winston. Tennessee versus New York. And then Kansas versus Philly. Arizona versus the Rams. Seattle versus San Francisco. Baltimore versus Denver. And then Pittsburgh versus Green Bay. And then for your Monday cap, it would be the Raiders versus the Chargers. So let's check it out. But I do got some more music coming up on Dragon Sports Live. We got AJC and the Envelope Pushers coming up on Dragon Sports Live. Hustle, homie. Hustle, homie. So be sure to check out Hustle, homie on Dragon.
Hey, I just want this one to feel good.
I throw my hands up, fist straight up in the air, what you afraid of? I know just where I came from. Through his blood, I'm not ashamed of. I just wanna be free. We just wanna be free. Down on one knee, screaming, can we be free? I just wanna be me. Can we be free?
What's really free when it's forced, even divorces cost? You get a portion or you can keep whatever you barely want. I'll make a fortune by being me, what kind of numbers you want? 17 with a dream, I left home with 2 bags in the trunk. I done felt the stinger when you fail, you can feel it for months. I done felt the spirit doing prayer, it'll heal you at once, that's real. I ain't the type you steal from, you gotta see me at lunch. They'll switch up when you like Vivian, that's willing them hunt. All we need is chemistry, we struggle, then get better with weeks. I let you have it though, that'd be better for me. I take the humble approach, I know the snow, it handle better with skis. I'm saying I let you slide to a certain degree. They pull me over, I get nervous, that PTSD. Hey, what's more free than you letting me breathe? So in context, I put my neck on the line then for this one CD. It was me, Al Harris, Ramiro, and Denise. Free.
I throw my hands up, fist straight up in the air, what you afraid of? I know just where I came from. Through his blood, I'm not ashamed of. I just wanna be free. We just wanna be free. Down on one knee, screaming, can we be free? I just wanna be me. Can we be free?
I'm hearing echoes of the heart when all is vacant. It's my culture, I've been marked and set the goal, let's see who races. Without a head start, I aim to reach my goals and lace my aces. I gotta make it, most importantly, make no mistakes, it ain't no love within this industry. Just Hennessy and artists who compromise their true identity. Back when Martin had a dream, now we still march to reach his imagery. There's an awful amount of teens shot and killed, we cry off memories. I feel ashamed but can't erase those armed robberies. It weighs heavy on my conscience because I let my brother ride with me. I exposed him to that life that left us broken psychologically. With that 12 years, I feel he got that time for me. Free, that's what we asking for. Or should we ask for more? Enslaved until they close their casket door. For some, the only freedom that you receive is when you deceased. Or when me and Siege collab with Denise. Free.
I throw my hands up, fist straight up in the air, what you afraid of?
Hold up. Throw that fist up, they gon' feel us. What's really than really living, how you feeling, let us fill up. Philanthropy for my family, I'd rather you let us get up. Rarely you see me asking, I mastered the craft of for us, by us. Fubu on my jumpsuit, I dial up, we come through. You know where we come from, don't act brand new. Got that new, we gon' make it feel like 19, that's June, boy. Every time you kill us, see our faces, that's on Zoom, boy. Ain't nobody burying their babies, we bout to barricade. Ain't no more dope on Sundays, we stand in every lane. All that blood spilled from them soldiers, they never was the same. Mentally it's common to break them, they stripes is candy canes. Martin Luther King Boulevard, the hood's front yard. Yeah, we live out here, we too comfortable, dawg. Though we managed to turn your project into a start alone, you gon' have to take your shoes off, respect the K home. Huh? Hold on, man, hold up.
Mama's crying, daddy's dying, how we supposed to feel? Fist all in the air and I hope they don't feel. Freedom, freedom, freedom. Freedom, freedom, freedom. Mama's crying, daddy's dying, how we supposed to feel? Fist all in the air and I hope they don't feel. Freedom, freedom, freedom. Freedom, freedom, freedom.
But I'm saying, you have a son though, right?
Yes, yes, yes. Born September the 7th, 1985. No.
Quan, nigga. I ain't had nothing to prove. I made do like a woman induced. Nigga, times was hard. My mama yelling, Quan, get off the stoop. Niggas outside shooting for loot. Yeah. So my sanity's up. We made it through the struggle, boy. Yeah, my family's tough. I never had no handouts. They tried handing me dust. I was young. My pop slept through the cuffs. Yeah. They serving old ladies by the candy stand. Niggas kept the drugs in the family van. She 85 years old, can barely stand. It's cancerous. Look how they gave mammogram. Damn, it's too extreme. You know it's fucked up when all you do is dream. I thought about the hills and living through the breeze, but woke up, I was looking through a fiend. Pardon me, I had my heart in this shit. I went soft, took a step back and hardened my shit. Then I found hip-hop, I'm an artist that fits. Dedicate my life, nigga, when I die, I'ma spit. They tryna do me what the fuck for? Shit, I'm tryna show you niggas that it's much more. Yeah, Mufasa to the heavens, this a uproar. Yeah, Allahu Akbar, so I trust more. Near run-ins with death, he almost caught me. Almost paid the price, what would it cost me? Car wrecks and stray bullets almost off me. Those were some close calls, walkie-talkies. Yeah. It ain't no fooling me. Shit, a lot of rappers fake it in they jewelry. They talking all this shit like it's the truth indeed, but I just hear lies like a eulogy. I got a little bread, so they pursuing me. Shit, the way y'all living life, that shit is coonery. Yeah, but I ain't with the games or the foolery. Shit, I ain't give a fuck before the puberty. I ran with the misfits. It's like I'm face fucking your bitch. I hit licks. The weapon's automatic, but nigga, the stick shift. Think stomach bug, my nigga, this shit sick. I rap about the hoes in my songs. Shit, I'm only a man, it's set in stone. Ain't trying to disrespect, girl, don't get it wrong. But I know sex sells like chromosomes. Yeah, and that's tragic. I'm the alpha, no nostalgia, nigga, my class sick. School of hard knocks with my peers, V-rap bliss. In the forefront, being broke was practice, nigga. Yeah. King Quan, nigga. Hey. Hey. Yeah, niggas is hoes, ayy, yeah, niggas is bitch, yeah, I'm with the shits, yeah, ayy, niggas is hoes, ayy, yeah, niggas is bitch, yeah, I'm with the shits, yeah, niggas is hoes, niggas is bitch, yeah, I'm with the shits, yeah, ayy, I'm with the shits.
Welcome back to another edition of Dragon Sports Live. I'm Dante Payne, and if you just tuned in, that last song you heard was Introduction to Something by Laquan. So be sure to check out all artists on their day. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your music from. Be sure to check out all these artists that are played on my show. And if you missed it, though, you can catch it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or wherever you get your podcasts as well. So, and you can also catch it on YouTube at DONPE1. So, you know, that's the introduction to something. And speaking of introduction to something, let me introduce you to this year's WNBA award winners. So, this year's MVP is Jonquel Jones of the Kinetic Sun. And Kirk Miller, also of the Sun, is Coach of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year is Sylvia Foles from the Minnesota Lynx. And then Sixth Woman of the Year is Kelsey Plum from the Aces. Liberty Michelle is the Rookie of the Year. And also recognition from Suns players Jasmine Thomas and Natasha Heidi. So those are your award winners thus far that I know of. So that's that. But WNBA is in the playoffs right now. Chicago Sky and the Kinetic Sun are going against each other, and they will play Sunday night. It's a little tricky them because their flights, they basically have to take 5 flights. 2, the Sun party travel in 2 flights. The Chicago Sky people travel in 3 flights, but the Sky left at 3:30 a.m. to come back to Chicago. Now, what's sad about that is that's 5 different flights that 2 teams have to take just to get here, just to accommodate, because they want basically like the taller players will be stuck in the middle seat type thing. They don't want that, so it's like kind of keep it spread out. But at the same time, as the WNBA continues to grow, we should be able to be more accommodating for them. Like in 2019, the Aces was accommodated with a charter flight because they basically had to travel 3 time zones and had 1 day to do so to get for their next playoff game. So the commissioner that was her first big ad. She made that, but it's just the common traveling natures. Hopefully we'll do away with that, and they'll be able to accommodate all the players, like whether they're big, tall, small, medium. We shall see. But come next week though, watch as they come tonight, everybody should be ready to play. And that game kicks off at noon. So be sure to watch that game. Hopefully they don't have the jet lag, neither team, and we should see. Now, so Phoenix Mercury, they're going to basically stay home because tip-off was moved up. Because both the Phoenix Suns and agreed their to move their preseason game, which moved their preseason game by a few hours so the Mercury can host the Las Vegas Aces on their home court at the Footprint Center in downtown Phoenix in Game 4 of the WNBA semifinals. Because the Suns and Lakers was initially scheduled to play at 7 p.m. Pacific time, the same time as the Mercury, and Aces were scheduled to tip off. Instead, the Suns and Lakers will tip off at 3 p.m. Mercury Ace game will remain at 7 p.m. And those games will be broadcast on ESPN. So it wasn't even clear. So it's just like a little mishap. Like y'all knew they was in playoffs. Miscommunication. They was probably about to fly to Las Vegas or go to Las Vegas for that game, but nope. Mercury will be hosting the Aces on their court later on Sunday night. But speaking of Mercury, Diana Taurasi becomes the oldest player with a 30-point game in WNBA history. So, that's been done a couple times in NBA, but not in the WNBA. Even though she had an injured left ankle and was limited on her mobility and non-game day availability, her shooting stroke has not suffered a bit. She scored a career high 37 points to even their WNBA series 1 game apiece. And at 39, the 17-year veteran became the oldest player to record a 30-point game in a regular season or postseason in league history. So, that's what's up. That is what's up. Like, I got more WNBA goodness, juiciness coming up for you. Breanna Stewart is expected to return to the store in free agency. And Storm's Joel Lloyd ties 3-point record. Well, I should say ties point record in a quarter with 22. And you know, the WNBA is also planning to do away with single game elimination. So like, it won't be no more single game elimination. Honestly, I think that's a good idea. Cause then, like, yeah, teams got to play really hard, but no, do like a best of 3, best of, best of 7, best of 5. So they got to win 3 wins and then go best of 7. Do something like that. Do it like how the NBA is doing it. Because y'all still the NBA. Y'all just the WNBA. So, I say do away with the single game elimination. Because you basically play 2 single game elimination, then you're in the semifinal. So, like, first round, second round, and then third, and then final. And that's how it is. So, it's like, nah, let's do away with that. And, probably come up with a better format as far as the playoffs. And that's what I say do. And it sounds like a good plan. So the moment we do like we do it with that, we should be good. Now, on the men's side of things, Aaron Gordon gets a $92 million extension. He's staying put. He's staying put with the Nuggets. Ben Simmons will not be reporting to training or has not reported to training camp at all in former team. And basically, the Sixers are holding $8.26 million from Ben Simmons. But he will not report to the team. He wants to be traded. He will not play in the Sixers uniform this season, sources says. Joe Embiid calls Simmons' situation a little bit disrespectful, but before he was saying, like, Embiid gonna speak his mind. He gonna say what he want. But before he said, well, that situation is between them and that. Hopefully we have him back for the season. But since he's changed and kind of flip-flop, it's like, okay, he's no longer going to play in the Sixers uniform. He's not going to play until he's traded. Tough situation. Because after that playoff run where you basically pass up a wide open dunk, and then you couldn't hit free throws, a lot of teams looking at that. A lot of teams like, okay, we don't need you passing up shots. If you're wide open, take it. So I'm kind of need you to get it together, but it will be some teams that can benefit from Ben Simmons. A lot of people who saying the Golden State Warriors. Yeah, because then that allows all the other players to shoot, but they can also put you at the 4, put Draymond at the 5, and you put Clay, Steph. Yeah, we can do it that way. So we shall see. That I can see that fit, but no, I can't. Simmons need to go somewhere where he can distribute the ball, or they need a outline point guard. Warriors, like I said, allows Curry to move without the ball. Thompson move without the ball. Wiggins to move without the ball. So I can see that, but then I can't. Now, Mr. 3-point phenom, J.J. Redick, he announced his retirement after 15 seasons. Played with a couple different teams. Played with the Pelicans, Sixers, well, just name 2 of the teams. I ain't gonna name all the teams, but he played with a couple different teams. Was very successful, and congratulations after 15 long, hard seasons that you put into it. Clippers broke ground for a new arena and also had a celebration, but Kawhi Leonard was there. Didn't look really interested. Classic Kawhi. Typical. It is what it is. T-Wolves fired President Garson Rosa after 2 seasons. So they got rid of their president of basketball operations after 2 seasons. Left him out the door. Basically opened the door for him. Said, here you go. Have a good one. And then Bulls exercised contracts of Kobe White and Patrick Williams. So both of their rookie contracts get exercised. Their extra year and their contracts get exercised. I'm curious to see what that Bulls lineup is going to look like when you got Ball, Vujicic, Levine, DeRozan, like all the new additions that you got. I'm curious to see what that's gonna be like, and how you gonna rotate these players, how you gonna package these players like that. I'm waiting to see. So I can't wait to the first preseason game to watch that, to see that. I'm definitely all in on that. And then Melo wrote on Lakers. He said, whatever we need, I'm doing. And he's also loving the fact, like, you joined one of your longtime friends, LeBron James. Y'all got drafted in the same year. And so y'all get to playing on the team. So it's like NG at camp has been a whole different thing because everybody actually putting in work. Everybody pushing each other. Everybody's going hard at camp. So, and like I said, Melo is open to whatever his new team asks of him as he continues to pursue the championship that has eluded him throughout his time in the league. He's almost on the verge of, he on the verge of being a Karl Malone. If not, he's gonna conquer that. He's gonna overcome that. But I'm waiting to see what these games look like, and I'll tune into the preseason game today just to see how we get a preview of how that lineup is gonna look. So I'll be sure to check that out. And then Draymond Green, he's like, it's not my place to push Wiggins because Wiggins is the only one that hasn't got the vaccine yet, and that's a personal matter for him and all that, but he hasn't got the vaccine yet. But 95%, the vax rate for the NBA risen to 95%. So you're still in a pretty good clear if everybody got the vaccine. So, Kevin Durant entered his 15th season, and he just said, it's not about what the opinions of everybody else is. It's about how I'm going to play my game. So I'm not really focused on that. And be sure to check it out. So until next time, tune in to Dragon Sports Live with me, Dante Payne. You may even have a special guest. You may have my son's son join the show. You may have the wifey join the show. But either way, be sure to check out another edition of Dragon Sports Live. I'm Dante Payne, and I'm signing off. I'll catch you on another show another time. Peace.